We now have details regarding a terrifying incident for a woman and her children out southwest of Thompson on a Thursday morning. Kyle John Spicer now charged with unlawful possession of a firearm, terrorizing, domestic violence, felonious restraint, interference with telephone during an emergency call, and also domestic violence. Now, reading from the criminal complaint, with the names of officers and or witnesses omitted. This is the prosecution's rendition of what happened. Quote, at 7:28 a.m. on Thursday, deputies responded to a 911 call that Kyle Spicer was in possession of a firearm and suicidal. The caller reported she was very scared for her safety and there were 4 children in the home. The deputies had knowledge Spicer had prior offenses involving firearms against law enforcement. Spicer is a convicted felon who is prohibited from owning or possessing firearms until March of 2029. 3 deputies arrived on scene and began to approach the residence on foot through a tree line. When deputies were approximately 75 feet from the residence, a single gunshot was fired from the direction of the house. The deputies secured the perimeter for additional resources. Upon arrival, the SWAT armored Bearcat vehicle arrived on scene, and the Spicer and adult female exited the front of the residence. Spicer was secured, and the sergeant interviewed the female victim, who said they were having a verbal argument as a result of him going through drug withdrawals. He began yelling at her and saying he was going to kill her and himself. He pointed a Remington Model 710 300 caliber rifle at her and stuck the rifle into his mouth. The deputies later seized the rifle, which contained a spent round in the chamber and also a magazine with live ammunition. She was scared for her safety and thought she was going to die. She located a pistol inside the residence and tried to protect herself. And Spicer told her she can't do anything because he has the ammunition and pistol magazine. Spicer told her he would kill them both if law enforcement showed up, and said she thought he would kill her if she left. She attempted to leave the residence, and he physically picked her up and threw her. She stated he was tossing her around, slapped her 2 times in the face, and grabbed her on the throat. She had visible physical injuries to include small nicks, abrasions, and had a surface cut on her face, small amount of blood on her lip, a scratch on her neck, and approximately baseball-sized fresh bruising on her back, and a scrape approximately 8 inches long near her lower spine. She made it onto the front deck, where he continued to physically assault her and forced her back into the residence. The victim said she went back inside for fear that he would beat her more. But again, the Spicer did walk out of the house, and the female, and everyone is safe. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.